today.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to it at 6 o'clock. It is Hump Day. You've made it through the middle of the week. Thanks so much for joining us for Local 33 News Today. I'm Jaron Jordan.
And I'm Carly Laing. We begin this morning in your Local 33 crime tracker. The 4 children reported missing from Florida are safe this morning, and they were located here in Baton Rouge. Officials say the suspect, Jose Garcia Montez, the father of the children, was located at a construction site here in Baton Rouge. The children were not with him at the time, but they have been located and are safe. Officials say the children's mother was expecting Montez to bring the kids back home, but after 2 days, Montez called her and said he was not bringing the children back, so she contacted police. Now, Escambia County Sheriff David Morgan is working with local agencies to get the children back to Pensacola and reunite them with their mother. Over in Ascension Parish, sheriff's deputies now have 2 persons of interest in connection to the death of Brian Toomis. Detectives are searching for this man and woman you see here on the screen, 35-year-old Adrian Norwood and 55-year-old Cyril Hubbard. Detectives believe Norwood and Hubbard may have had frequent contact with Toomis in the months leading up to his death. If you recall, Toomis died a short time after being found badly injured on Courtyard Drive in Gonzales back in November. If you have any information on the whereabouts of these 2, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number is 344-STOP. In Livingston Parish, this woman, 33-year-old Ashley Meyer, is accused of having sexual relations with a male juvenile. Evidence suggests that Meyer had sexual relations with the juvenile starting back in February of 2016 on at least 3 separate occasions. Now, she was booked into the Livingston Parish Detention Center and faces charges of 3 counts of felony carnal knowledge of a juvenile. All right, well, still to come, it is a celebration of education. We're going to take you to the 4th statewide Jumpstart Convention coming up next. Well, we have breaking news. The Baton Rouge Fire Department is on the scene of a fire on 78th Avenue right now. This is a live picture of the scene. We have little information right now. We have a crew there, obviously, and we're working to gather more information on what happened here. We do know it's a house fire on 78th Avenue, and this is a live picture of that scene. And we're going to continue to follow this throughout the morning on air and online at brproud.com. Good morning and Happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining us for our first edition of Local 33 News Today of 2018. I'm Carly Laing. My co-anchor, Jaron Jordan, has the day off. And if you were outside last night or this morning, you probably felt the chill in the air as a hard freeze warning is now in effect for much of the area through Thursday. Now, meteorologist Kevin Smith joins us with the latest on the cold temperatures. Kevin?
Now, Carly, when you walked in this morning, I saw you really didn't talk to me until right before the show started because it's so cold.
I had to bundle up and thaw out before I could speak.
You had to thaw out.
So cold.
Well, you know, it's actually pretty cold in the studio right now.
It's chilly in here, too.
It's not as cold as it is outside right now. Let's take a look at those temperatures.
And today is the big day and a very important one for the LSU Tigers looking to score big at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. We have Go Nation sports reporter Ashley Liotis live this morning from Orlando with a preview. Ashley, good morning. Thanks, Ashley. Well, coming up, a new year and a new you. Find out what local residents are vowing to change in 2018. And eating healthier became easier. We'll have details on how you can order healthy meals straight to your door. That's all coming up next. Stay with us. And speaking of New Year's resolutions, we want to hear from you and what your resolutions are. And we have a post up on our Facebook page. You can comment your resolution there. All you have to do is head to our Facebook page at facebook.com/WVLA Local 33. Do you have any resolutions, Kevin?
Well, I just have one. I just want to keep my weight off.
Keep your weight off.
Not to eat,
you do pretty good at that.
Well, thank you very much.
Looking fabulous as always.
Keep those calories down, but still eat, some good food once in a while. You got to live a little bit.
You do have to live just a little bit.
How about you?
I actually have one. I want to read 1 book a month.
1 book
just read more. I've always wanted to get more into reading, but I just find every excuse to not do that. So I'm going to try and read 1 book every month.
And I do know you will hopefully get through Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, I did.
Are you through with it now?
I'm done. I was done with that
a
few weeks ago.
You did that back.
Show indeed.
You know, I was off a couple days last week. I went snowboarding for the very first time in my life. Not going to make the USA Olympic team. I was not. I was on the ground, I'll tell you that. So kudos to all of those Olympians.
Definitely a hard sport there.
You can watch the Olympics.
Jaron and his snowboarding
on NBC 33. Got the Pyongyang Chuck. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
We'll be right back with your morning headlines after this break. Well, your time now is 5:06. We're going to switch gears a bit to this morning's bus stop forecast as you get those kids ready for school.
Meteorologist Kevin Smith standing by with a look at how our Tuesday will shape up. Good morning, Kevin.
Well, good morning. It's going to be one of those mornings for the kiddos. Make sure they have the umbrella. They're going to need it, especially as we take a look at what's happening here on Live Doppler.
Like we mentioned before the break, gas prices are on the rise, and it looks like here in the capital city it might stay that way, as the average retail price for gasoline has seen a 3.6-cent spike per gallon in the past week. Now, according to Gas Buddy's daily survey of over 300 outlets here in Baton Rouge, experts say that high oil prices continue to push gasoline prices up to territory that local residents haven't seen for years. But experts say residents can expect to see prices take a dip later this month. And moving on now to the CEO of Lululemon. They have resigned after 4 years amid misconduct claims. We're told a member on the athletic apparel company board of directors also stepped down. In a statement sent to our newsroom, the company says its leader fell short of employee standards but didn't specify how. They also tell us shares in Lululemon dropped 3% following the news of his resignation. And here in the South, many of us couldn't imagine life without Cracker Barrel. But for our neighbors over in California, it's going to be a brand new experience. The popular restaurant and store is opening its doors for the first time on the West Coast this morning. Pretty exciting for them. As we all know, Cracker Barrel is already a staple around the country. It's known for its home-style cooking and merchandise. The Victoryville store will sell items that pay homage to the local area, Route 66, and the California Gold Rush. And you may have heard about 5G. It's a cellular network that could make your phone faster. But now researchers are looking at new ways to use the technology, things like paving the way for doctors, get this, to operate on a patient on the other side of the world via robot, or digitalizing a piano player's hands to help teach people how to play remotely, even powering self-driven cars in smart cities. And all this new technology could be coming as soon as 2020. And that's a look at your consumer news, but stay with us. Coming up, we're learning more about the deadly truck train collision involving Republican lawmakers last week in Virginia, and we'll have the latest on that investigation coming up next. Back to you, Jaron. Good morning, everyone, and happy Mardi Gras. You're watching Local 33 News Today. I'm Carly Laing. Here's a look at what's coming up this morning. It is 6 o'clock on Fat Tuesday. Thanks for joining us this morning. We are letting the good times roll here at Local 33. And as you can see, there is Jaron Jordan live this morning out in New Orleans. Jaron, I see your collection of beads is getting fuller and fuller with each shot. East Baton Rouge, many are curious, will they be picking up trash today? And you're in luck this morning. Yes, they are. There's no need to worry. Mayor President Sharon Weston Broome has announced that residents are clear to set their trash out on the curb. They will be coming by and picking that up today, so be sure to get your trash out there. Now, Hollywood star J.K. Simmons made his debut at this year's King of Bacchus in New Orleans, but before waving at cheering crowds, Simmons made a pit stop at the New Orleans Children's Hospital. This is an annual tradition for the Bacchus King to visit with young patients and hand out trinkets and beads. Simmons says he is honored to take part in this tradition, especially being that it is his first carnival experience. Now, Simmons will reign as king of this year's Bacchus Parade, but he won't be doing it alone. He'll be joined by former kings like fellow actor Anthony Mackie and Andy Garcia. And speaking of parades, we all know what parade goers are there, what they're there for, and that is beads. But when the parade is over, all that loot ends up left on the ground, and that can actually be pretty harmful for our environment. We're going to check in with Local 33's Smacker Miles. She has more on a healthy solution to this that's actually being created right here in Baton Rouge. Good morning, Smacker. And now for some consumer news. A day at the happiest place on earth is now going to cost you a little bit more because their prices are going to be going up pretty soon at Walt Disney World in Florida as well as Disneyland in California. According to USA Today, the price hike went into effect over the weekend. Prices went up $2 to $5 on tickets for adults and children at Disney World's Magic Kingdom, making the most expensive ticket $129 during peak times of the year. Now, over in California at Disneyland, prices also rose $7 to $11, although their cheapest ticket there still remains $97. Parking will also be costing you a little bit more. And Valentine's Day is literally around the corner. It is tomorrow, so if you weren't aware, listen up. Valentine's Day is tomorrow. So those of you who might have forgot about that, I can almost guarantee you your significant other has not forgot. So if you are needing to recover, we have details on how you can do that from NBC's Chris Clackham.
Let's practice it. Here we go.
Coffee with my coffee.
Coffee.
He said coffee, just like normal, right?
But coffee.
You want to sound cool. Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee. Either way, that's what gives us life here on the morning, our coffee. That's neat. That was the word of the day today.
That's right. Coffee sound like Tarjay. There you go.
I love Kevin's interpretation of these words.
That's
We're
right.
going to have much more Local 33 coming up after the break. We have your Mardi Gras coverage as well as your Olympic coverage. That's coming up next. Stay tuned.
Time to start partying. Some coffee.
Thank you, Smacker. Well, we all know Mardi Gras and drinking seem to go hand in hand. Fat Tuesday is usually one big party, but state police do want to take the opportunity to remind residents to celebrate the holiday responsibly. So we do have a warning for you this morning about the dangers of drinking and driving. Local members of Mothers Against Drunk Driving are asking residents to stay safe out on the roads. Whether you're traveling to New Roads, Mamu, or even New Orleans to celebrate Mardi Gras, it is important that you have a plan in place to make sure you and your loved ones are safe. And if you do know that you'll be drinking today, remember there's always Uber or Lyft. They're just a click away on your cell phone to make sure you get a safe ride home. You can also visit our website, beourproud.com, and we have more safety tips for you on how to get through Mardi Gras responsibly. And still to come this morning, how much do you really know about Fat Tuesday and why we're celebrating across the Bayou State? Well, coming up next, we're going to be sitting down with an LSU professor to find out the history of Mardi Gras. That's coming up next. Stay with us.